had a lot of New Year resolutions and I had some successes and failures. So today's video, I want to share some of my experience and tips, and maybe it will help you to achieve your goals in this year. Hello my friend, welcome back to my channel. This is Miss Ming. On my channel I do a variety of lifestyle videos and study videos, personal development videos. In today's video we're going to talk about how to nail your New Year resolution. You may wonder, hey, January is already past. Why are you making New Year resolution videos right now? But I have a question to ask you. How is your New Year resolution going? Are you achieving them? Are you in the progress of achieving them? Or did you totally abandon them? So in today's video, I want to share some of the tips and experience I have for actually achieving your New Year's goals or life goals in general. Oh, before we start, don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button. I really appreciate your help and support, and let's get into today's video. Personally, I had made a lot of New Year resolutions myself in my life. It started from getting better grades, living healthy, exercise, to get into the PhD program, graduated from the PhD program. There's several things to keep in mind as you're setting up your New Year's goals, resolutions, and plans. So the first thing that's very important is to set your intention. Actually, I learned about this intentional practice since I started practicing yoga, because my yoga teacher would say, set your intention for today's practice. And I always felt like, what difference does it make, right? But it actually worked. I felt like every time I set my intention for my practice, I always power through all of those hard poses. I always try to stay still, even though I really wanted to fidget. But why it's so magical to set the intention? Because intention tells you why you want to take the next action. It gives your action a purpose and a goal. So why do you want to do the things you do? Why are you trying to push hard? Why are you trying to work hard? Why are you trying to study? Why do you want to do something? Intention actually matters a lot. For example, if you want to lose weight to fit better in your clothes, and at the end of the day, you can always buy new clothes, and that intention didn't really necessarily help you out once you have cravings for junk food, once you feel lazy about working out. However, my mom actually lost a lot of weight once in her life, because one time she went to her doctor and she had non-alcoholic fatty liver, which means that she ate too much carbs and fat in her diet but not exercise. And her doctor said, if you don't lose weight, either you're going to be on medications forever, but even if you're on medication to control it, you will still be in a very high risk group for certain cancer or for certain liver diseases. And that really scared my mom, because my mom wants to live a long life, healthy life. She doesn't want to be forever rely on medication. So that pushes her to work out with me, to take a walk for 6 miles every day, almost every day with me. And she lost 25 pounds within 3 months during the summer. And then 6 months later, it's time to go back to the doctor. And my mom actually went to a different doctor for the checkup, because in China, it's kind of different. You get your labs first and then you take it to a doctor. And her doctor was like, you said you had what? My mom said, I had really bad fatty liver. It was dangerous, whatever. The level was high. Can you check? The doctor was like, what are you talking about? So my mom took out her medical history and the doctor was like, I can't believe it. It doesn't seem like you have fatty liver. You're perfectly healthy. Your cholesterol and everything is healthy. So my mom couldn't lose the weight for decades, and suddenly, because she set her intention to live a long, healthy life, and it's important for her to lose that weight, it's just magically 25 pounds is gone. So again, when we're taking actions, when we set up our goals, ask ourselves, why? Why do you want to do the things that you want to do? Why do you want to graduate from college? Why do you want to study hard? Why do you want to find a job? Of course, you have to find a job to have money to pay for your living expenses, right? But so it's easier for you to push hard to graduate from college, find a job, because you know your life is relied upon it, versus if you're just if you're just like me who wants to lose 5 pounds, again, intention may or may not work. It depends on if you set the right intentions. Setting intentions really helps you to become resilient of anything that's coming to you, like any challenges, obstacles, or your self-talk, like whatever in your ego says, do not do this, I'm lazy, finding excuses. Your intention will help you to carry through and carry out the actions that help you achieve your goals. So the first thing important is to rethink, reevaluate your intention. Another thing I want to talk about intention is self-oriented intention or other-oriented intention. Self-oriented intention is like there's something I wanted to do for myself, versus other-oriented intention is like I want to do something for my family, for my significant other, for someone else. And one of the things that's interesting is that oftentimes when you set other-oriented intention, it's easier for you to actually carry out the actions to achieve the goals, because you're not just doing it for yourself, you're doing it for someone else. For example, my mom didn't really want to work hard, or my mom didn't want to be career-oriented for the longest time until she had me at the age of 35, and suddenly she's like, I need the money because I don't have any money to feed my daughter. So my mom decided to push out of her comfort zone to go to Beijing to live a harder life but achieve a career, to get a job that actually pays her money well, and she was able to save enough money so that we were eventually able to buy a house. She didn't want to work that hard, like nothing was motivating her. Yeah, she needed to find a job, so she found a easier job that doesn't pay a lot of money. She was like, I'm not gonna think about a future. I may not have a lot of money by the time I retire. I may have to live with my parents forever, but my mom didn't care. But until I was born, my mom suddenly felt like I needed to do something for my daughter, so I have to push through out of my comfort zone. So again, when you're setting up your New Year's goals or intention, think about what is the one thing that you do can benefit others. For example, losing weight or exercise may not benefit you that much because you may feel like, well, I don't have to live super long. I can just be happy, enjoy my life. I don't have to live super long life. But if you think about your children, think about your significant other, you want to be there to support them, you want to be there for them. And to be able to do that, you need to have a healthy body to live a long life, right? So that really motivates a lot of my family members to actually work hard to try to let go of the things they couldn't let go, because eventually when you're just thinking inward about yourself, it's very easy to get into a rabbit hole of abandoning your goals or just losing yourself, or thinking about, I'm just a loser, I'm just not gonna work hard. Versus if you think about others, it's easier for you to push through, to be resilient when things get harder. So again, your intention matters, and what type of intention you have matters, and your intention will help you to be resilient when things get hard. The second thing is to create a system of habits rather than just focusing on the goals. I think that happens to a lot of us, including myself. For example, I wanted to lose weight when I was younger, but if you're just weighing yourself every single day, looking at the scale, you're probably gonna be more depressed. Okay, so recently I set a goal because I gained some weight during the break. I was like, I want to lose my weight. And then I kept gaining and gaining and gaining more, and I felt so bad. But then I just realized a lot of the weight we gain is because water retention. The more exercise we do, our muscles actually grab more water, and it feels like we're more buff. It's because, our muscles are inflated. And when we exercise, what do? We drink a lot of water. So weighing myself every single day was definitely not the best way to record how good of a progress that I'm making in achieving my goals. But instead of looking at one particular goal, for example, if your goal is to write up your doctoral dissertation, your doctoral dissertation is literally a book that consists of like 200 to 300 pages. So if you're looking at your progress towards that 300 pages, you're gonna get depressed again. Just create a habit that helps you to achieve your goal. So for example, when I was working on my dissertation, instead of just thinking about, I need to finish my dissertation. It's my goal. It's my goal. It's not necessarily motivative. Every time I think about this long, big book that I needed to write, I was like, okay, I'm gonna write it tomorrow. Instead, I later created a system of habits. So every single day, I will wake up at 5:30, go for a run, and that run, if I achieve the first thing, the first goal of the day is to run for 2 miles, I felt so great and so energized. And then that little small accomplishment actually helped me. So my habit of change was that I dedicated every single morning to writing. I wouldn't do anything. I would write starting from 7:30 to 8 o'clock, all the way 8 o'clock to lunch. After lunch, I may actually slack, go to yoga, grade some papers, do other research work that I was paid for, try to make money so I can buy food. But again, I dedicated every single morning to go for a run. That's the first thing. And write. It's just every day I dedicate my time to writing. I spend 4 hours to write every single day. And once you're in the zone, it's easier to just push harder. Like once you feel like you've been making a lot of accomplishment in the morning, it motivates you to go back to the writing in the afternoon. So it was actually pretty helpful. I finished my dissertation within 21 days. And that's not because I set up a goal to finish in 21 days. It's because I set up a habit, and this habit actually enabled me to finish dissertation earlier than I thought, because I actually had 40 days to write dissertation. But I was like, let me just try, dedicate certain time, create this writing habits in the morning. It worked. So if you create a system of habits, sometimes you don't have to measure how much progress you're making every day towards your goal. All you need to do is to be consistent with the habit you made, and maybe make small daily goals and weekly goals. And that's easier for you just to look at one big goal of losing 20 pounds, and not losing 3 pounds of the 20 pounds is going to make you I feel so defeated. But instead, if you just make a habit of exercising for 40 minutes every day, 5 days a week, and maybe eat healthy food 5 days a week, maybe a little bit cheat meal on the weekend, it's going to help you to lose weight eventually, instead of you weighing yourself every day and think about, why is my weight not changing? So again, even if you don't care about weight loss, if you don't have a concrete goal, if you create a system of habits, healthy habits, productive habits, or a specific schedule, it's going to be helpful to you achieving the goal. The next tip I want to talk about is delayed gratification. So usually if you're able to delay your gratification, usually your outcome or results or achievements will be way bigger. So I'll give you an example. If you flip houses, sometimes you can make some short-term money by flipping houses and resell it within a short period of time. But if you flip a house, rent it out, you may not make a lot of money early on from rent, but throughout the years, the value of the house, the real estate and everything, and in 30 years, once you sell your house, you're gonna make way more money. And at the same time, you're not really spending a lot of money maintaining it because you rented your house out. So that speaks to one thing, delayed gratification. The same thing as weight loss. I think I try to lose weight a lot of times in my life, and honestly the times when I actually lost my weight is the times when I don't even weigh myself. I just try to do the things I am trying to do to live healthy, to be active, maybe eat a little bit healthier, eat less junk food, and randomly I just lost weight. And if you're not making progress towards your goal after the first month of working towards the goal, it's okay. You don't actually build Rome within a day. So similarly, there is another analogy I read in a book. So if you have a cup of ice to melt, and the cup of ice is in the room temperature is negative 20 Celsius degrees, and every day you can increase the room temperature by 1 degree. So in the first 20 days, there's not going to be much changes, and it feels like, oh, I'm so frustrated. But after the first 20 days, once the room temperature is above 0, the ice will melt really easily, and it will just go like this. So a lot of times you don't achieve any results, or you don't see any significant change until the very last breakthrough. But if you didn't increase the temperatures in the first 19 days, there's not going to be any changes after 20 days. So again, delayed gratification. Small change of habit can make a huge difference. You may not be able to see it in the first day, first week, first month, maybe not even first year. But again, it's a compounding effect that helps you to push through. If you can change 1% per day, it's not going to make a big difference. But if you're adding up 1% by 300 days, it's gonna be 300%. Even if you slack here and there, it's gonna make a huge significant difference. If you're not making any significant progress, do not feel bad, because you may be very close to that breakthrough and you're just waiting for the right time, the right people, and the right chance and right opportunity. So don't feel defeated. Keep going, keep doing what you're doing and maybe try to ask for advice from professionals, ask them for help. Maybe they will help you to adjust your plan, and maybe you can achieve your goals a little bit faster. The next thing is self-care versus self-procrastination. Okay, so I want to say January has been my worst month, although I did have several days off, but I have really bad allergy every single year in January. So every single year I will make up this goal of exercise certain days of the week, and then on certain days I just have really bad allergies. I had this goal of doing certain things, being productive, and then after I took the allergy pill, I'm knocked up. So basically I was always the least productive in January. Sometimes I do want to take the time not to work out, because sometimes I want to take the time off and to take care of myself so that I don't burn out, so I can take care of my physical health and my mental health. However, that doesn't necessarily mean to procrastinate. So there's such thing as taking care of yourself, self-care versus self-procrastinate. Okay, so just to be honest, there are certain things that I've been doing to self-care, because when I felt bad and tired, I had a headache and everything, when I felt my health was taking a hit, I didn't work out much, I actually didn't work much, which is totally fine. I needed to sleep, I needed to relax, I was under a lot of stress from different sources, and especially during this pandemic, a lot of stress, right? A lot of stress and anxiety. However, there are also things I'm procrastinating. For example, I was trying to organize my drawers, my dressers, it just didn't happen. But the first thing is to acknowledge what are the things you're doing to take care of yourself, and what are the things you're doing to procrastinate, and find out the reason why you're procrastinating. Because I believe I'm strategically procrastinating because there's certain things that I do for my career, for YouTube channel, but at the same time I just felt like nobody's gonna care if my clothes just laying around in the bedroom. But again, these are also excuses that you tell yourself. So it's important to push yourself hard to the edge when you find yourself talking yourself out of doing certain things you wanted to do. That is dangerous. Versus there are also other times when you truly feel tired, truly feel so mentally drained, and it's so important just to take a pause from everything. It's not that important to like always making progress. It's okay just to take a break and relax, rejuvenate, and get back to your habit, get back to your goal. So the last one I want to talk about now after the first month of this year is that even if you failed super hard, every day is a new day. What's interesting to me is that a lot of people set up their goals, their resolutions at the beginning of the year, and another interesting thing is everybody was like so happy about 2020 is over, now we're in 2021. Get it. Sometimes I get into this type of mindset as well, but you have to remember our time is continuous. Our time is a continuous process. Our time does not just pause. That's not how it works with time. Time is continuous. We as human in our society manually put a timestamp. This is 2021 January and today's date, and then when the sun goes down, goes up, it's a new day. But you can start over, or you can start a new habit anytime, because the next second, the next minute is always going to be future. The next minute is always going to be a new minute. Don't let your past failure to predict what's going to happen in the future. So interestingly, that's actually how memory works. Memory is defined by psychologists as how our past experience change our future, or shape our future, or influence our future. So things that happened in the past and you think if I do A, then B happened. Maybe in the future, if I do A, then B will happen. If you can get out of that thinking cycle or that mindset, then your past failure is always going to predict your new failure. It could be like, I already failed the first month of this new year. I might as well, right? But that's not how time works, and that's not how life works actually. Just because you failed in the past does not mean that you will fail in the future. So take a step back, breathe, talk to people, maybe change in your strategy and habits and find out why you failed in the past. And next minute is going to be a new day. So even if you failed, if you ate junk food for lunch, does not necessarily mean that you failed today. You can always make better choice the next moment. So again, I know the first month is over, but we can still achieve our goal in this new year because every single moment is actually a new moment, and every single moment we can consider as a new year, I guess. Alrighty, that's it for today's video. I hope my tips and experience can be helpful to you to achieve your New Year resolution or New Year goals. If you find it helpful, please give it a thumbs up and comment down below what is your New Year resolution or New Year's goal this year in 2021, and let's all share it with each other and keep each other accountable and to build a positive community. Alrighty, that's it for today. I really appreciate your support. Before you go, don't forget to subscribe, ring the bell, and I will see you in my next video. Thumbs up and subscribe. Bye! Good luck to your goals!